Every time I go live, there's a hesitation from when I click go to when you guys hear me. So I think we're live now. Welcome back. This is week 4 of our June mystery tool bag giveaway, where we are picking a winner from everyone who is in the chat. And the winner will receive a nylon tote bag with a variety of tools, all for free. We ship it anywhere in the lower 48 United States of America. The rules are very simple. Just be in the chat. We're joined by a couple of fellows tonight, one of whom is Cass Nichols, and he'll be tabulating all the people who are eligible to win by being in the chat. And then at 10:15 p.m. Central Time, we're going to randomly choose a name. The person we choose has 60 seconds to claim the prize by giving us the high sign that they're still in the chat. And if they do, then in a week or 2 or 3 maybe, once we get everything all squared away with the gift bags, we'll ship it on out to you. I'll just have you email me your contact information, and we go from there. So if you have been joining us all along, welcome back. And if you are new to the giveaways this week, welcome. Nice to see you. Just let yourself be known in the chat, and we'll get your name on the list of giveaways. In the meantime, let me introduce to you our panelists for tonight. First, we have all the way from the wilds of Austin, Texas, the man who will be tabulating names and keeping tabs of what's going on tonight. You know him, you love him, Cass Nichols.
I prefer astute panelist.
Astute panelist, indeed. And all the way from the West Coast, which is the best coast, except for the Gulf Coast, we have us. Our resident Celtics fan who's taking one on the chin from this year's NBA Finals. Please welcome Power Stroke Dude.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How's everyone doing tonight?
Welcome, guys. Appreciate it. We don't have an extra special panelist tonight, but we'll make it work with the guys we have, and we'll have our regular fun and games with the folks in the chat, which is filling up pretty quick already. Glad to see everyone who's here. Let's get caught up to see if there's any conversational topics anyone's bringing up in the chat, and then we'll get caught up with everyone else.
Everybody's saying hi. I got to give a shout out to my guy, Diabolical 58, who just added to his collection of stuff today or this week. So if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. And then our resident New Englander, who we like more than Lindsay, Bocce. What's going on, Bocce? We got Don Gilliam in here. Anthony GM85. I'm writing down names right now. So if I miss you, I didn't do it on purpose. I'm writing your name down right now. Carlos Delatorre. What's going on, Carlos? Joe Shear.
I've been working on a nursery rhyme to combat your roses are red. Your roses are red quotes. I've been working on one.
Did you come up with it yet?
I think so.
Are you gonna save it for football season, or are you gonna?
Well, I should try it out because this, like I said, it's a work in progress. But this isn't a football. I mean, this isn't our normal, wide right CFB chat right here by any means. But we all know that roses are red and violets are blue, and USC streak ended at 2. But roses are red and the grass is green. And I think 05 was the last that Texas was ever seen.
That is pretty funny. That is good. Oh, man, Jude, I think you've already won.
You at least get points.
That was a good one there. I mean,
that was a good one.
It only took me a year and a half.
That's all right.
That's all right. Creativity doesn't always work fast. That's nothing wrong with that. Well, Anthony says he's here, but he thinks this might be rigged. You're giving us way too much credit if you think we have the capability to rig a giveaway.
Yeah.
No doubt.
You're lucky that we're even getting this done the right way. I don't even know if we could cheat.
The fact that we're even still awake is amazing enough. Let's see. Hey, we got a question already from Carlos Delatorre. He asks, are impact sockets and bits really that much better than regular sockets? Like, why not just own impact rated only? Over to the panel.
That's an excellent question, Carlos.
It's a fantastic question.
You know why it's excellent? Because he's asking us, the experts.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Carlos, yes, more times than not, having impact sockets because they're more versatile is a good thing. But sometimes you got to use chrome. Sometimes the impact sockets are so thick, because it's a softer material, right? And so the impact sockets are so thick they don't fit in certain spots. So you got to go with the chrome sockets, which are like a chrome vanadium. They have like a higher shear point. They're a much harder socket to use. But typically, you don't want to use chrome sockets on your impact, which Jude and I can both tell you that it's happened out of our toolboxes before. So, because you just have to do it.
Yep, absolutely.
But you can get excellent impact sockets from coiltools.com /tools.
I'm pretty sure that Lindsay would be happy to sell you a happy medium. And I think Gray Pneumatic makes something called a dual socket. It's like a thin walled impact.
Why are you not selling tools for a living? That's some serious product knowledge right there. Yeah, you're right. And they're very highly regarded, and they're a thin walled impact socket. So they're rated to be used where you would use your chrome sockets and where you'd use your impact sockets. And Cass hit the nail on the head. There's some metallurgical differences between an impact grade socket, which is made out of chromoly steel, versus what we call a chrome socket, which is made out of chrome vanadium steel. The alloys are different. How they work under heat, pressure, and impact is different. And as a result, because the chrome sockets are not rated to take impact and heat the way the impact sockets are, they're a thinner wall, so you can fit them in place where you couldn't fit an impact socket. One of the bigger differences is the retention system that the sockets have. A chrome socket has a ball detent on the inside that accepts the spring-loaded ball catch on your ratchet drive, and impact sockets are smooth wall on the inside because they accept the retainer or the hog ring on the anvil of an impact tool. So the retention systems are entirely different, and they are incompatible with each other. If you put an impact socket on a ratchet, there's no retention there. And if you put a chrome socket on an impact tool, that retainer ring will expand and fill those ball detent receivers inside the chrome socket, and it's very difficult to get the chrome socket off. So there are differences. Can you use impact where you use chrome? Yes, as long as the socket fits. Is it optimal? No, because they're just designed differently.
Yep, you just have to go safety squints engaged.
Indeed. All right, so we're starting off some really good questions here.
Do you sell a lot of the dual sockets?
No.
No,
really? I don't. And I've only known a handful of guys who own them, but they love them. And I have never had to take care of one under warranty.
If you had a set on the truck, it might be hard for me to say
might.
No.
Why don't I get off my lazy can and do that? Because I'm spending my money in other areas. Today, I got an email that Milwaukee is having a July 4 promotion. They are selling, I will be selling, the half-inch high torque impact. That's the model 2767, the big 1,400 foot-pound impact, with one 5 amp hour battery, a contractor bag, and a charger, and a protective boot for the low price of $520 on the truck.
Wow.
Yep.
It's good.
5-year warranty on the tool.
And everybody knows Lindsay's the rubber man, so you got to get your rubber from Lindsay.
I know they just did that promo tonight. I'm like, holy moly! I compared that real quick to the Home Depot price of $498. So for
are you kidding me?
For a $20 difference, man. I'm stoked.
That's great, man. I mean,
and the one at Home Depot doesn't include the protective boot.
Well, there you go, right there. That's probably $20 right there.
Yeah,
$20 in rubbers.
It's all about the rubbers. Yeah. Who else is here? Biggie Fitz signed in. Hey, Biggie, Wise Ass Clips is back. Good to see you. Brian Stewart's here. Good to see you, Brian, again. And Rover, meeting you for the first time. Welcome aboard. Good to see you.
Tell friend of mine, thank you.
Is that like Land Rover? We're talking Mars Rover? What are we talking here?
Lots of kind of Rovers. Rover's like a dog's name. We don't know. But Rover's friend gave word. Sorry, that must not be a true friend if they're recommending you come to this channel, but welcome. Glad you're here.
Yep. See, Jude's wearing, we can have gang war now. Jude's wearing a green bandana.
Yep. Oh.
There we go.
What's up?
I don't have a bandana. Oh, my dog just went to the vet. She got a bandana. Hold on. Let me see if I can find her. Hold on.
It's not cool. Well, I bet it's like purple. What do you want to bet? Lindsay being, from New England, I bet it's purple.
What color is Chowda?
Chowda.
Luckily, my dog was right here at the time.
Oh, nice.
For the first time ever, she came when I called her.
I know it. I know it.
This is the bandana they gave her at the vet today. No, I got dog fur on my head. And here's the dog.
She all right?
Yeah, she has a skin irritation. So
now you have that on your head.
I know, but the bandana wasn't where her skin irritation is.
Oh, okay. But you still have that on your head.
No, but this is. I don't want to brag, but it looks better on me than it does on her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm rocking this look.
All right, we're going to wear bandanas the whole night.
Yes, tonight is bandana night. So everyone in the chat, go put on your bandanas. Let's rock our bandanas together. Tarek showed up. Hey, Tarek.
And I don't think you had anything to worry about, Tarek. I don't think anyone would have thought the second with you. Maybe a dude, but
you're in the ditch lane. But...
Red Rover. Oh, Red Rover. A friend sent him over. No plastic cone, Lindsay?
No, she didn't get a cone of shame, which I'm glad about because she'd be sensitive to that kind of thing. She gets kind of skittish with some things. No cone of shame. Just I have to give her medicated shampoo and she's got to take some pills.
Yeah, I have a question, Lindsay. Your color for your channel, for your logo, that was out before the new Gear Wrench colors came out. They were still red and black.
Yes, it was.
So that was a happy coincidence for you then. I mean, that worked out great, huh?
I'm not complaining. But yeah, I had my colors and my everything all chosen long before Gear Wrench made that switch over.
Your channel was out a while before they made the switch to orange and black. They were still red and black, right?
Yes. Yep. I'm kind of glad they did because there's a lot of red in the tool world, and orange wasn't really anyone's corporate colors as far as tool manufacturers go. I'm surprised we don't see purple. I'm surprised we don't see more green as far as corporate colors go. Tool colors, yeah, but no one shows green as a corporate color, which kind of surprises me. JWC Tech looks like you hit the vein here. Your Snap-on deals retire next Friday, going to his warehouse to see what he has left. Man, get some deals that way. Andrew Leet says, hey, all, it's about to come a turd gully washer out here. I hope I don't lose power before the drawing. Where are you? Are you up in Oklahoma? Or Texas Panhandle? I know they're getting some pretty rough weather up there tonight.
Yeah, we're not. We're just getting heat.
No.
And today it wasn't a cloud in the sky, and it was about 78 degrees. Nice. We're talking June 23rd, man. Loving it out here.
Can't beat it.
On Tuesday night, I was working on Lindsay's truck, and it was 110 degrees in the shade.
Holy
Oh.
wow.
It was time for me to get my jokes back out. It was so hot this week. I saw 2 trees fighting over which one was going to let the dog piss on it. It was so hot. I saw Travis pull a cigarette out of his pocket. It was already lit.
Hotter than wearing a fur coat in Marfa.
It's hot.
Brian and Mark from Mid-Atlantic Tools, you are both correct. I was remiss. Vim's
Vim.
is green. That's right. Yep.
Vim. Do you think Vim would have gone green if Monster never went under? Monster Mobile?
I don't know how long. I don't know when Vim adopted those colors. I would imagine. Oh, and Andrews and Rosenberg outside of Houston. Yeah, you're getting it pretty good there.
Yeah, the official bird of Houston is the mosquito.
Stand by, ladies and gentlemen. Chaka Gillis comes through with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Chaka. I appreciate that.
Hey, where's the boom, boom, boom at, Lindsay?
That's like a. I thought Boo had cornered the market on that. Am I allowed to do that?
Yeah, you just have to pay him a
Or
small
do we need our
royalty.
own sound effects for that?
You just need to have him. You just want to do the fart from your tools in the hall?
That has turned into its own thing. For anyone who watches my tool haul videos, you'll have this intro, and I have a fart sound effect as part of the intro. And I don't know, some guys were complaining about the intro, so then I had a poll to see what people thought I should do with the intro. Most people said keep it, so I'm keeping it. And that hasn't stopped people from saying that I should get rid of it. So there's a whole. In fact, I just had to reply to a guy today who said, most people don't like intros. And I said, well, I'm going by the results of the poll. He goes, yeah, the results of the poll are junk too. Most people who don't like the intro aren't going to participate in the poll. I'm like, where are you getting this information from? I don't even know.
Is it a normal viewer of ours?
I don't know. I don't know who it is.
All right.
I haven't. I don't.
So
Recall,
I was going to ask if I could answer, the question to him.
Be my guest.
Hey, if you don't like the intro to the video or the poll, then find something else to fucking watch.
And it's not like it's a long intro. It takes, I think, I'm done within 5 seconds.
Look, sorry, Lindsay's over here making content to please you, motherfucker. How about, why don't you suck it up there, Buttercup? Yeah, I feel a lot better now.
I'm glad you do. Get it off your chest. Let it out.
If anybody needs me to call a boss or a ex-wife or something, I'll be happy to call them right now.
That'd be a great service. Just charge some modest fee.
You know why? Whose place you'd be taking? Someone a great personality in the world of sports entertainment. He used to charge like $20 or something like that to leave an answering machine message for you or something. He would leave you a voice recording. The Iron Sheik used to say whatever you'd want him to say. He'd leave a recording for you and call someone a jabroni or something like that. Because
hey, jabroni, for
he was
$20.
The Rock stole jabroni from the Iron Sheik, believe it or not. But wow. Yeah, he just the Iron Sheik, just passed away. Hope he's in a good place.
Burn in hell, Iron Sheik.
Yeah, and that's right. Mako does have some purple stuff now, Brian. You are correct.
And Derek said, "Wildcast, it was just constructive criticism. I didn't mean anything by it."
Jeez, want to back off, all right? Good.
Well, I'm happy that we have everybody here that we have. But if you don't like Lindsay's intro, then kick fucking rocks, all right? That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I'm not asking one, by doing the intro, I'm not asking one to really suffer through anything for any length of time.
Look, this is the reason why they don't have me answering the phones at work. All right, come on.
Have you ever thought about a career in customer service?
you know what? When I'm like out in public with my family, and they go, "What do you do for a living?" I go, "I'm in customer service."
We got a lot of new people today.
Yeah, I got like 97 pieces of yellow paper in front of me. It's kind of awesome.
Hey, Tyler Williams made it. Hey, Tyler, good to see you.
Tyler, is this a Tyler that we both know?
This is the Tyler you both know.
What's going on, Tyler? Hey, I didn't see you the other day. That's why I didn't wave. But then Kyle told me it was you. So sorry I missed you, man. Give you a shout out and a wave right now.
If you don't like it, don't watch the Tool Hall. Gatoff. Gatoff. I'm just kidding. I know what Gatoff means.
Solid Gold needs dancers. Hey, I'm all about dancing. One of these days, I'll show y'all I can't dance.
Solid Gold. That's going back right there.
T20
KCOP.
Cornell says,
I know
Pride
Pat
Month
knows
to the people annoyed by
KCOP.
Lindsay's intros.
Happy Pride. Hey, there you go. Oh,
I should have
that's
done that.
the
This
third
was right.
reference. That's the third reference today. That one, Chaka Gillis said, Ryobi is trashed with the little rainbow or
With the
equals
rainbow.
rainbow. And then
And
look
then
at
Lindsay's
bandana.
do-rag.
Cass and I were right here, dude.
Lindsay,
That's right, KCOP
I get
13,
caught
Solid
drinking a
Gold,
Bud
Saturday
Light
nights
before
at
I get
7.
caught with that thing on my head.
Oh, it's the other one I had. I was feeling the peer pressure from the other ones. Oh, man.
man. I would have gone and found some like hair dye or something and just hit it with a quick shot.
I figured, it's rainbow colors. It's not a rainbow per se. Oh, Mark's got an idea. He's going to put a sign on his truck. How's my driving? Call Cass.
Yeah, because you couldn't call Lindsay. You just go to voicemail.
Oh man.
Well, that's true. You can. Yeah, that's true.
You can call Lindsay, but he ain't gonna answer. It'd be like a week later. He's like, "Oh, where was I that day?"
Well, Brian's got a great idea. The next tool haul video. Each time I grab a tool, make the fart noise from the intro.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Single tool.
That would be awesome.
We'd have to put the suicide hotline number on the bottom of the video
I
all
know.
the time.
We might drive some guys right to the brink on that one.
Ugh.
Pat Seabee's here. Hey, Pat. Good to see you.
What's going on, Pat? I got Pat's.
And guys, I know we're only 30 minutes in, man, but I'm gonna have to call it. I'm gonna have to go. Like I said, basketball practice. I feel bad. I committed to this, but I did say ahead of time that it'd be short visits for me.
I'm just glad you're able to make it. And
good luck to anybody who's entered, whoever wins. And Lindsay, throw in something. I don't care what it is, just something for around the same price, 20, 25 bucks or so. Just send me the request from PayPal and good luck to everyone.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you.
Dude, thanks for showing up, man. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys too, man.
We'll
You guys
talk
have
to
a
you
great night.
Yep.
Hey, you too.
We'll do.
And I'll maybe
Oh,
see you
Brian
guys.
wants to know. Jude, hold on. Don't go. Brian wants to know if you're going to be on tomorrow.
Yeah, I didn't go on yesterday. So yeah, I'll go on tomorrow night. I'll definitely go on tomorrow night. Anybody, if you guys want a link, let me know. We'll hang out and have some fun.
And please, everyone, check out Power Stroke Jude on YouTube. He'll be doing a live stream tomorrow.
And at 3,000 subscribers, he's giving away a wrench the size of America.
Well, at 3,000 subscribers, T6 Tools is giving a wrench away.
Yeah,
I'm not giving it away. They're sponsoring. Yeah, when I get to 3,000 subscribers, T6 Tools is sponsoring a giveaway, and they're giving away I guess we're all T6 Tools, but we're giving away like you said, it's a wrench the size of Texas.
See, Jude and I we're like the guys you see on the Car Shield commercial. We're there. We're like the Ric Flair in the Car Shield commercial. we're not paid endorsers, but we're there. We're there.
All right, guys, have a good night.
All right, thanks. Have a good night.
Yep.
All right, now I know we got some stuff going on in the chat here. Yeah, Robert says he's digging my bandana. All right, the bandana thing. I was under pressure. I didn't have time to think. Jude is wearing his bandana, Cass on his bandana, and the only one I had was the one my dog was wearing from her vet visit today. So I grabbed it off her and put it on my head. So
All right.
that's the
So what
story
we
of my
need to
bandana.
get next time is we need to get like the hats from, like the Revolutionary War.
That's okay.
Can you play like a flute? Like do the Yankee Doodle?
Not well, but I can make it work.
I mean, if we had a Volvo with a bad oil filler cap, we could play hot cross buns with it, Dude, dude.
A SATA recorder.
Yeah. I say a flute. I meant a recorder. I can't play a flute. I can't play a recorder either.
Recorders are easier to play than flutes.
Whatever. I don't give a shit.
All right. Brian says that he just got a Milwaukee order in on Tuesday, was gone Wednesday night. What were you selling mostly?
Milwaukee.
Did you get a bunch of different things, or did you go heavy into one thing?
It was Milwaukee, I guess.
Milwaukee. That's all we need
Yeah.
to know.
One of the neighbors was having a gender reveal party tonight, and they're like, "Do you want to come find out what the gender is?" Like, I don't give a shit. It's not my kid.
I mean, you'll eventually find out anyway.
Surprise me in 9 months or 8 months or whatever. I don't know. They were less than impressed with my response, I guess. I don't know.
Well, they clearly don't know you that well right now.
Yeah, Tarek does play a lot of skin flute, obviously.
Well, I mean, got to be good at something, right?
Yeah, I mean, what's up, Eek?
East Coast Ken. All right, it's 9:30. Let me go over the rules one more time for
We have
tonight's
rules?
shindig. Very few, but we do have them. All right. The rules for the giveaway tonight are: if you are in the chat, then you have entered to win a free nylon tool bag with a variety of tools in them. The winner will be chosen by random drawing at 10:15 p.m. Central Time tonight, and you must be present in the chat to win. So if we draw your name, you'll have 60 seconds to give us the high sign in the chat that you're still here. And if you win, then I will ship your prize to you anywhere in the lower 48 United States. And all you need to do if you win is to send me an email at lindsay@coiltools.com with your name and your contact information. Tell me where to ship your prize. Give me a few weeks to get it out the door because we're still gathering some donated and sponsored tools for it. So within a few weeks, you'll be getting it at the address that you provide to me. So good luck to everyone. Another 45 minutes to go until we have the drawing. In the meantime, we'll be engaging you all in the chat, and Cass and I will be interviewing each other of sorts as a way to make it through the night, because we are devoid of a special panel guest tonight. We had some plans to get some guys on. They never quite materialized. So you got me and Cass tonight. So Cass, if you'd like to kick off the...
I have to write down a name. You're going to have to give me a second.
Okay. Steven Tincher just showed up.
I feel like the comedic genius just left us. Jude was on a roll tonight. I think he was carrying the program up until this point.
Well, he brought his A game. There's no doubt about it.
I mean, I don't think he was trying hard. I mean, I think if he tried hard, he'd just blow us out of the water. We might just
pretty effortless.
We would just have to sit there and just take it like whipping boys. You know what I mean? Like Jude is just sitting in his throne. He'd just be like, whoosh, whoosh, whipping us with stuff. Here in a minute, I'm going to read everybody's name out. Steven, I got you in there. You're good. You're entered.
Okay.
So far, I've got everybody. If I didn't get your name, then I'll get it here in a minute. So, Lindsay.
Yes.
What would you like to talk business, or would you like to talk tools, or would you like to talk, pop culture? What are we talking here?
I think either tools or business. There seemed to be a healthy interest of both topics from our viewers.
So no pop culture. Nothing in the news this week.
We can do that later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lindsay's dodging a question. If you were backstage pre-show, there was a pretty light discussion.
It's not gonna.
Oh man.
I mean, if we start joking about inappropriate things, we're gonna deep six this whole live stream. So, I mean, we might just sink it
right to the bottom.
right to the bottom. I mean, it might just implode. No, we don't want that.
Submarine means, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. Watch our viewers start dropping like
Submarines to the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, hey,
Hey, zing!
Hey, see, you never.
See, I had like a whole slew of questions I was going to ask you tonight because I was thinking about this on the way home. I'm like, God, this is a perfect chance. We could cross-examine each other.
We could
face the nation, face each other. Although we're like 12 miles apart right now, maybe. And that's if you take the road, like the long way. If you were to draw a straight line, it'd be closer than that. So, how's the? So, when are we going to find out about the new venture with Coil Tools?
As soon as I get something, well, I don't mind talking about it now, but I don't have a lot to share because this all hinges on my new supplier, and the venture is I'm going to be going heavy into selling industrial gloves, and the gloves
Rubbers.
are yep, even though they're made out of nitrile. This is the Diamond Grip 8 mil thick orange glove that lots of guys wear, and I found a supplier that will sell these to me in quantity for a ton less money than what I'm buying them right now through a distributor. Assuming this all comes through, and I put my order in with my supplier about 5 weeks ago, but it takes them a couple of months to ship, so they need some significant lead time. But once it all ships and I have all my stock on hand, then I've got agreements in place with a number of large customers who already agreed in principle to buy from me. One of them being some of the city of Austin shops, some of the larger corporate shops, some municipal shops. So there's a chance for me, if this goes well, to sell a significant quantity of gloves every month, to the point where it might become about a third of my entire business just in gloves. So I'm hoping it pans out. It really hinges on my supplier, assuming that they can ship when they say they'll ship, and it's a new relationship with me for me with them. They already shipped my sample order that I got fairly quickly, so I have no reason to think that they won't handle the bigger orders. But it just remains to be seen because we haven't done it before. So that's what's on the very near horizon.
Nice. Well, do you have a question for me, Lindsay?
I do. Now that you have been a business owner for, was it 9 months now? You opened the shop?
Yeah, officially 9 months, but for a while, yes.
Officially 9 months now. What are your initial thoughts? And what kinds of things do you think you've learned in the early phases so far?
Well, what I've learned is whatever budget you put on something, just triple it. It'll be less of a shock when it comes to quadrupled with what you thought. So, so if you're right at tripled, you're doing fine. And then, man, it's really expensive to get to where we're at right now. There's been a lot of money spent, but I can't replace how I feel every day. I mean, like, when you go to work every day, are you excited to get there? I am. I cannot wait. I look forward to it every day. On Sundays, I force myself to stay at home on Sundays. Hand to God, am I lying or not? You know the answer to this. So
yeah, to anyone who owns their own shop or owns their own business, and get guys like Brian and Mark and JWC Tech, guys that own your own gig, weigh in. What's it like for you compared to what it was like before you owned your own gig? I think everyone who owns a business is going to pretty much agree to the same things. It's more work than working for someone. It's probably less pay than you ever made working for someone else. But I would trade. I'm happy to trade that off for doing my own thing, my own way, making my own call. I want to bet on myself, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just really fortunate. I got a really, really good partner in this whole deal. So
yeah.
So I can go out and do my thing, and I can just, I can be that guy that needs to be that guy when I need to be that guy. But I can go out and turn and burn and make sure everything's flowing right, and hop over and help the guys out whenever they need help. Or, I don't have to sit there and answer the phone all the time, build estimates, call customers, and try to search for parts and do all the headache stuff. Like, oh, he gets to sit in the air conditioning, but I would gladly sit in the heat.
Yeah, that means a lot.
So yeah, those are like a couple of things. Just the price of everything. Like I knew it was going to be expensive, but you hit like different levels. You get to a certain point, you're like, oh, we can add this, and then you do it. You're like, man, that was really expensive. And then then you just do bougie things like we did, like add air conditioning to our bathroom.
Yeah.
Why sweat when you shit? You know what I mean? Like, you might as well sweat or shit in comfort. So
and you just made a strategic business decision to buy wheel balance tire mounting machines.
That right there. So
drop
far,
the chunk on that.
I am pretty happy with that. On the right now, I mean, I don't see. There's tire. I mean, I don't care if cars are electric. If they horses are pulling them, they're always going to need tires.
Yep.
So I'm pretty happy with that. The cost on it was expensive, but it wasn't that expensive. I mean, we don't have like the world's nicest tire balancer and tire machine, but it's functional. We're getting stuff done. So,
well, when I was in the shop the other day, you had a couple of shipments of new tires in there, right?
We've been doing about 2 sets a day right now. I think that's what our average is up to. So that's pretty good. Like this is not our main.
Just got the machines.
Yeah, for just having gotten the machines, and we have somebody else running. We have a kid running the machine, like he's like a porter. He works at the tire shop, so he's like our main tire guy. Not like we can't run the tire machine, but instead of him like sitting on his thumb all day, like he'll go and do like little chores, and he'll get some light experience for what we're doing. And then when the tires hit, it's time to turn it on, go to work. You know what I mean? So it was a big bonus having him there and having the tire machine. So far so good. I'm not complaining. So
yeah, no, it's cool to see how when you go to expand or when you go to expand your business or follow one particular, in your case, a service line or a product line, how that pans out. And it's very easy to absorb, that small incremental cost increase because of it. And if it doesn't work out, okay, it doesn't work out. But, in the effort to be more full service, you want to bring stuff like that in.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get known for certain things that and that just brings people in. And while they're there, they say, oh, you offer these services too. Because it beats sending someone down the road. Say, yeah, we can do everything but your tires. And then if they go down the road and they find a shop that does tires and they do other things, they say, well, maybe let's go to these guys. So it's good to retain that business that way.
Yeah. No, I mean, but like it's like one of those things. With every action, there's a reaction or effect. Every cause there's an effect. So now that we've got the tire machine, now we have to step up our shop air game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yep.
that's the next big expense coming up, right?
Yes. So, yeah, because the compressors aren't cheap, and
yeah, but you know what? You buy it once, you buy it right.
That's absolutely
when we moved from the other shop and we sold that compressor, I knew that was the biggest mistake. We should have kept it. But then again, you learn a lot. Every mistake you make, as long as you learn something from that mistake, and you're like, okay, I know how to avoid that pitfall going forward. Right. Then I think it gives you a better foundation for the long term. So,
and that's part of the learning curve.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, like, there's plenty of times where I've like, man, I wish I could go back and do certain things, but then again, also just the knowledge I have from failing or not doing well or having something screw up, is so much more powerful than getting it right the first time.
Well, it's nice to get things right, but it's also really good to learn from the things you don't get right because, mistakes may cost you something, but you'll never forget them,
No, I mean, that's all about learning. I mean, sometimes you learn through different methods. I mean, like you learn through education, you learn through mistakes, you learn by accident sometimes, sometimes you just fall into knowledge. You're just like, I don't know how I pulled this off, but you know what? They just lined up for me and I was able to pull it off.
And sometimes it takes a long time for some new bit of knowledge to come in and some new way of doing things or finding, in my case with gloves, a new supplier. And sometimes this takes time. And, there's certain things that just take you longer to learn than others. But as long as you learn them and you're able to capitalize on it, that's what it's all about.
So I got another question for you. So we were talking about, about business. And you've mentioned how you would like to expand to a brick and mortar setup, right?
Yep.
So what do you think the steps to get to the brick and mortar setup are going to be for you?
I think the first thing is you got to secure some funding, because it's very difficult to do on any money that you have in the bank earned from the business you're already doing. Margins aren't that high. It's not like I've got tens of thousands of dollars in cash just sitting waiting to be spent on something. So I'd have to secure funding. I would guess, just off the top of my head, thinking about numbers, I'd need probably $80,000 to $100,000 in working capital, secure a lease, build out the interior the way I'd need it done, and hire somebody, and then start buying inventory for the shop. So, and then you have no guarantees that would work. So you need to find a good location with rent that you can afford, and you have to hire somebody to help you out with it because you can't do it all. And there's a lot there. I think something like that is easier if you already know somebody or have somebody who's saying, yeah, you just give me the high sign when you're ready to go and I'll jump in with you. Great, because you got that in your back pocket. And if you know that you can get some business funding for $100,000, that's great too. And then all you got to do is line up your suppliers. So then the other part is who you're going to buy stuff from. Could I afford to sell at brick and mortar prices if I continue to buy from my current distributors, or would I have to find new supplier channels? And therein lies, one of the biggest question marks. And if I find other suppliers, who are they? Do I buy direct? If so, how? Are they going to have, order minimums and or quantities that I have to meet? I don't know. So you'd have to create new business supply lines, and that's not always easy either. So there's a bunch of things, but I'd say first is to line up the funding to make sure you got something to work with, so that when the right deal does come along, you can just pull the trigger on it and go.
Well, when I start paying myself, we'll talk.
Okay. Paychecks first.
It's kind of, I know I've been telling you for a while I'm going to start paying myself. We've put it off a few months.
It's important.
After a few more months, but
yeah,
it happens.
It does. Well, let's get caught up in the chat here. I know we got a bunch of things that are being bantered about and talked about. East Coast Ken says he enjoys going to work. Yeah. Started Wednesday disassembling a 2012 Mazda 3. Got it reassembled today. Back to the owner. Full paint job. See, good on you. And you feel a sense of accomplishment unlike anything else, I think, when you're doing that for yourself.
What else?
And Brandon says, I've been pretty much doing my whole thing, my own adult life. Yeah, it's slow since you move about to pick up. Yeah, I mean, it's changes like that absolutely affect your flow of business. And, if you do a good job and you have a reputation and people know you, it just takes time to reestablish. And Brian says it's definitely more than I thought when I started. Yeah, I was talking to a guy who is a former Matco franchise owner. Or did he work for his dad? No, he worked for his father. That's what it was. So his dad owned the franchise and he operated a truck for him. And he said the same thing. It's way more work, a lot of hours. A lot of times you're just out in the truck till 9, 10 o'clock at night. We all get it. This stuff just takes more time than you really think. Sometimes more money than you think. And it's all part of the learning curve. And then once you're kind of into it up to here, you decide if it's something you want to continue with. But, because there's so much to learn. You're never going to know everything going in. You just have to be able to adjust. And Brandon says tires make up a quarter of his income, if not more. He charges more than the tire shops, but people like the all-in-one service. Yep, that's exactly what we're talking about. All right, we have a question from AG. Lindsay and Cass, with all the players in the pro tool market, such as Capri, Tecton, Astro Pneumatic, etc., do you think Matco, Cornwell, and Snap-on are headed to a vanishing business model? Cass, what are your thoughts?
No, because until Capri starts offering on the truck financing, here's the deal. This is why retail stores are never going to go anywhere. They may get fewer and far between, but they're never going to go completely away because people are the got to touch it, feel it before I buy it types. And so I have a hesitation on buying tools that I've never owned, like Tecton and Capri, because I've never seen them, never held them, never touched them. What happens if I get them and I don't like them? And then I have to send them back. And you're like, oh, it's easy return policy. Well, okay, but it also costs me time, and time's not like I have a lot of it. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty narrow. What I like about the tool trucks is, although I'm paying a little bit more, I receive a service that I appreciate. And if they're not good with their service, then I just don't come by. But I also get to touch the tools. And if I don't like something, if Lindsay brings a tool in and I don't like it, guess what? He's going to take care of me. He's going to take care of it. He's going to make it either right, or he's going to give me something I do want.
When I did a interview video with Robert Whitley a while back, I think it's been a couple of years now.
That guy sucks.
He mentioned something that I had kind of overlooked myself, which is weird being the tool truck guy. He talked about the tool truck life and how there's absolutely a culture and a social aspect to seeing your tool guys every week. And some guys really enjoy that. So while I think that there's always going to be a market for the Tecton, Capri, and those brands, there's also always going to be a market for the tool trucks. And like Cass said, it might ebb and flow. It might shrink a little bit, but it might not. It might get larger. I mean, the fact is, where I'm running my route, I'm up against all the other tool trucks as well, and we're all in business and we're all making a living. So, although it has been certainly an effect in the market in what people put in their toolboxes, I don't really know that it's affected business too much, and I don't see that necessarily as the future. I think that everyone's still going to be doing okay.
It's just, like you said, it does ebb and flow. Whatever's old becomes new again at some point, right? Like, the tool trucks are going to be, like, oh, you have it on the truck, like, it's going to be coming around that day. Like, oh, I need this today. I don't have a day or two to wait. I have to get it today.
Yeah. Yeah, and in fact, I was talking with Elijah, who's the is he a porter at your shop, or is he a helper? How do you?
We'll call him porter.
Him? Okay, so how old? He's a young kid too, right?
Yeah, he's a teenager. High school age. I don't want to give his age away, but
he's not even 20 though.
No.
Right? No. So he gets on my truck the other day, and he and I we said hello to each other. That's about it. So it was the first time he and I really had a chance to have a conversation. So he gets on the truck, and I'll be honest that when a young guy gets on a tool truck, I feel nervous for him because I don't want him spending more money than he should be on anything that he's using, especially given where he is in his career, which this may not even lead to a career for him. I don't know what his future holds. He may not either. So he gets on the truck and he starts looking at some lights, and I started, and it was one of the few. He's been on other tool trucks in the past, but it's the first time he's been on mine. And I try to explain to him the benefits of why you would want to shop on a tool truck, and regardless of what he thinks today, his opinion about it may change in the future, and he may see more value in the tool truck, if he progresses in his career, and just be careful about how much he's spending and all the rest. So I gave him the little chat about, just being cautious. And, he bought a light from me because he said he needed it for doing the work that he was doing, and something I want to use at home too. So he seemed pretty happy with his purchase. And it's nice to be able to have those conversations with the newer, younger guys who I don't know. Well, I know in your shop, Cass, he's going to get good advice from you and Robert. But I don't know what the other tool guys tell him. I don't know what else he's hearing. And it's very easy, I think, to get kind of roped in, as you like to call it, the chrome crack on a tool truck, and kind of, get.
Yeah. It's really easy for a young guy to go and look at what I have and then go like, oh, I got to have that. And it took me a long time to get to this point.
Yeah.
It didn't happen all overnight. It wasn't just, I didn't do it in 2 months. It took a long, long, long time. So, and I hope I did it the right way. But no, he was on a truck, or he was on the truck on one of the trucks last week, and I go, get the hell off the truck. And the tool guy was like, he's like, what? I'm like, you're not selling him nothing. Get off the truck. And he's like, I'm like, yeah, he needs to put in a few more days before he starts stepping on tool trucks. And he's like, oh, okay. Yeah. I'm like, get off the truck. So
Yeah, it's
But he is going to visit with you next week because he had some questions. And I'm like, all right, you're going to talk to Lindsay and go from there.
well, I appreciate that. It's part of the benefit of this kind of business is getting the relationships like what you and I have and what Robert and I have and some guys at the other shops that I brag about, because not only are you a beneficial tool guy to folks like this that you have these really good relationships with, but they'll also help your business too by steering guys in your direction. And he's going to take your word for things before he takes my word for anything, because he knows you. He doesn't know me. So if you're one of the tool guys that gets the vote of confidence from a guy in the shop, that means the world. It's one of the ways you grow the business.
Yeah, I mean, here's the deal with the young guys. I don't want them on the trucks because unlike you, there's other tool dealers that are in high pressure sales, right?
Yes.
And they don't mind selling a young guy a lot of stuff. And what I don't want is I don't want him every week to be so broke that he's like needing to be paid before the tool truck guy shows up, or he gets a bad experience with the tool guy because he has walked himself into that. And we both know somebody that has done that, and they've walked themselves into this problem, and they have a bad rapport, and then they end up not liking that tool guy. Like they have this disdain for that particular tool guy because they put themselves in that position because that tool guy allowed them to do it. That's why they're mad at him. And that's what pisses me off with people like, look, stupid. It's not like it's like when fat people complain about, oh, McDonald's made me fat. Well, they weren't throwing the sandwich into your face. I mean, like you had something. Forks don't make you fat. Pencils don't misspell words. The same with tool trucks. The guys are offering you a tool. They're offering you a deal, and you take the deal without researching it or studying or doing some background stuff on there. That's on you. Don't hate the guy for trying to make a sale, right? But along with that goes along, the tool guys also need to know, like, hey, when you come to my shop, you're not going to go and single out, wait till I'm gone and go pull these young kids around and go and try to sell them everything else. Don't do that. You'll find yourself out of there pretty quick because I don't want them to be tied into a debt that they can't pay off.
For a job they may not want, 6 months.
I mean, like, yeah, you don't want to go and have like all that stuff. So, it's just that I don't mind, Elijah buying stuff off of any of the trucks, but as long as he does it how he did it with you this week, where he knows what he's buying, he makes an informed decision, and he pays for it all at once. He's not making payments on it because the last thing you want to do is have 500 payments and you're a young guy, and then you're going to get, completely burned out on the deal, and you're never going to, it's just going to be a repetitive cycle. I've seen this before with other people, so I know how this works. I don't mind the tool trucks. I like them. I'd rather shop off the tool trucks anywhere else, but I don't want to see guys that have no experience in the industry on the tool truck. Stay off the truck,
Yep. And as I put it to Elijah, I said, any tool truck is going to be your most expensive buying option of all the options you have for where you purchase your tool. I said, what should come with that extra cost is a level of service unmatched by anyone else. Your tool trucks should be giving you the best service of all your buying options. That's why they charge what they charge, that and the fact that they finance to so many people. So hold your tool guy's feet to the fire and make sure that he's getting you the service you have paid for and deserve. And sometimes, unfortunately, you don't always know until warranty time comes. Say you're 10 months into a 1-year warranty on something, and your tool guy drags his feet and then tells you at month 11 or 13 rather, you're sorry, man, you're out of warranty. I can't help you. Well, you just got screwed by your tool guy. And it's important to go by reputation then too. How well known is this tool guy with other guys in his shop, and has he pulled fast ones like that before, or is he an upstanding, honest guy? And find out. It's one of the ways that you, as you said, Cass, you got to make an informed decision. That's one of the ways you're going to do it.
Yeah, but I mean, if you've got a tool guy that's coming in there and he's like singling out the new guys, and he's trying to get them into the trap, I'm like, And if you got a tool guy that's not doing his end, like it'd be like if the Snap-on guy showed up and refused to do warranties.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, well then don't stop. I'll handle it through the Snap-on's website.
Right.
You know, like you're not our Snap-on guy. Like, be gone, right?
Well, yeah. Yep.
You know, or like if one of them was trying to pull a fast one on us, you know what? Sorry. I mean, but you know, I'm gonna protect the guys that are around me as well. You know, if I think that you were being dishonest, I got their back. I'm gonna stand behind them. So,
And when I was talking to Elijah too, I recommended he watch that interview video you and I did a couple of years ago, and the one Robert and I did. I said, you're going to get a really valuable insight from, a veteran guy like yourself, and from somebody like Robert, who is happy to talk about the mistakes he made when he was young, and he still is fairly young, and he's still learning a lot about the stuff that you already know. I said, you're going to learn a lot about both these guys that you work with. I said, by watching these videos. So I hope he took that to heart. He said,
I like how you did that. You went and made it, so he had to go watch your videos. So you got another view there to your video.
I thought it was really good content. And
you're like, you should have used the old English accent. You're like, Elisha, I have an archive online of information that might serve you in your search for greatness.
However you get there is okay, as long as you get there. And I see a kid like him. Hopefully he's like a sponge. Hopefully he picks things up quickly, and he wants to learn. He wants to absorb stuff. Because even if, regardless of what he chooses to do with his life, even if he doesn't stick with what he's doing now, that's okay. You can learn good ways to learn. Yeah. You can learn good ways of being in a workplace that way.
If you want to go to Diabolical 58's little statement he just made about a minute ago, I'll clarify something on here too as well, because he did bring up a good point.
Is this it?
No, next one.
It's still a good point.
Yes, it is. It is.
The Diabolical says it comes down to personal responsibility. It's not bad to learn a lesson. Absolutely not. If you're the kind of person who is willing to believe that you screwed something up, or you made a mistake, or you were wrong about something, and you're okay asking yourself, how could I have done that differently, or what could I have done better? Then yes, it's a great way to learn. But you can't just start blaming other people. You even in a case like Cass, you mentioned, let's say somebody gets screwed over by a bad tool guy who reneges on a warranty or doesn't service something. Even though you, as the customer, got screwed by this guy, and it is entirely his fault for screwing you over, there is a valuable lesson to learn there about trying to find out information like that up front before you commit to doing business with a guy. However you do that, talk to other guys in the shop or whatever. Talk to the tool guy just to see if you can find some kind of weakness in what he's telling you, to see if he's making sense or not. And you've learned a lesson. Okay, I'm not going to deal with this guy anymore because of that. Whatever it is, it's still a valuable lesson.
All right, so we're going to have to put a pause on our conversation real quick.
Okay.
Because we've hit the 10 o'clock hour.
Yes, it is.
And we need to start filling the bucket with names. So I'm going to read off names, and we'll have light banter, but let's revisit this after we get the bulk of our business done here.
Okay.
So I'm going to start reading names. So we have Homeless to Homestead. You're in the drawing for a prize worth of teens of dollars. If anybody new pops in, Lindsay, let me know. I see we got a super chat here. Daniel with a super chat of $5. He said, we're watching Russia go to civil war. So, well, hopefully the Russians are just as bad at fighting the Russians as they are fighting the Ukrainians.
Oh, Daniel, I'm sorry, Mr. Super Chat. Thank you. Appreciate the $5 shout.
You didn't win Homeless to Homestead. Yeah, I'm just calling. Make sure you get your name in here. Okay. Robert Nitz. There you are. And who said somebody said something about a bandana here? Use the bandana to mix the names up tonight. Anthony GM85. I know you have a bandana in your repertoire.
Yes, he does.
Pat CB. This might take up till the 10:15 mark. I feel like we could have a pretty long stream tonight, just talking about a certain subject.
Well, these are really
dancing alone with rentals. Dancing Alone with Rentals.
I see that everyone in the chat brought their A game tonight with questions and stuff because I think there's a lot of really cool things to address here.
Tyler Williams. Tyler. The good news is if Tyler wins tonight, we don't have to mail it to him.
No, I can just drop it off.
Oh, we got a new one on here. Vision.
There's Daniel's $5. Thank you, Daniel. Sorry, I skipped over that earlier. I didn't even see it.
Lindsay whiffed because he's in La La Land. He's got this
Swing and a miss.
He's got this medicated bandana on his head, and he's suffering the effects of whatever medications on the dog's skin. Vision, I have you in the drawing. Vision, I have you in the drawing. Jacob Frederick. How's it going? Jacob Frederick.
Home Vision, no, it is not too late to enter. You have just been entered.
You've just been entered, whether you wanted to or not.
You wanted to or not.
Chaka Gillis, although you gave us $2, you still get one entry. Chaka Gillis. Good luck there. Earthbound Martian. Hello, Earthlings. One of these days. All right, so Lindsay, just to give you a heads up, next week I'm going to be a wee bit late, so we're gonna have to have a guest writer of the names, and possibly I'll have to forward the Bucket of Doom to you next week.
Okay.
So I'm going to be just a wee bit late, and I'll probably be able to stream, but I got to go. I got something I got to do. AG. I know an AG. I know a lot. I know a couple of AGs. So AG, good luck. I don't know that I know this AG. I don't think I do. So, but if I do, hi AG. If I don't, then good luck AG. Andrew Leitz. Andrew's from Rosenberg, Texas, evidently, isn't he? Well, Tarek wants to discuss the difference. Tarek, I'm going to put your name in here, but if you win, we'll be redrawing another name. We're just doing it for body and fullness, kind of like when you cover in a bald spot. Rover, whether this is Mars Rover, Red Rover, or Rover the dog. Good luck. JWC Tech. Good luck, sir. Wise Ass Clips. I feel like this I missed it whenever I named my channel. I feel like I missed it. When I saw that, and then there's that one guy, the Shitbox Tech. Come on.
These are gold.
Perfect. Raging Cajun Garage. Sorry, Ken. Brian Stewart. Brian, you're cool, Brian, but you'd be a lot cooler if you were hanging out with us on panel. Huh?
It's so true. It's so true.
See how I'm working the magic? Hands on mechanical. Or is it mechanical? I don't know. Mechanical.
Hey, Cass, you feel lucky?
I don't know why.
Because as luck would have it,
Biggie Fitz,
we have another panelist joining us.
Yes. Who shall
From
it be?
the gem of the Eastern Seaboard, the great state of New Jersey. Please welcome, and I will pronounce his last name correctly.
No, you won't.
I learned how to do it last week.
You won't.
Mark Desashin from Mid-Atlantic Tools.
Hey, buddy, Cornell. Mark, what's going on, Mark?
I have it written phonetically right here at the bottom of my post-it note that I keep right by the computer.
Phonetically written note.
What's up?
I need pictures to pull that. Travel Diva 2, we've got you entered into the drawing worth the teens of dollars. The shipping may be worth more than the actual prize.
That doesn't matter. You're getting a free prize.
Not Mid-Atlantic Tool. Much like Tarek,
take me out.
You're just there to fill in the bald spots.
Throw it away.
The burning question tonight, Mark. Do you have a bandana or a do-rag?
No, I don't.
Oh.
You'd be a whole lot cooler if you did.
No. And what?
Kevin Avery?
And not show this off?
I mean,
I worked hard on this.
I wish I know one day I'll have hair that looks like yours. I wish I had the head to match it though. I don't. My head is shaped like somebody hit something with a baseball bat. It does not look good. Go, Joe.
Mom dropped you, huh?
See, I
A
thought
couple
I was going to
times.
be cooler with a do-rag until they put this one on, and then,
Well,
yeah, down it went.
Carlos Delatorre.
Robert
Brian,
just
the
hit the nail on the
ISN
head.
show was good.
Yeah, underwear would work way better than the one I got on.
Anthony
Question, who's
GM85,
underwear?
or as we
Mine
call
or my
him,
wife's?
Tony from HR. Tony from HR.
So you're talking about tool trucks.
We were. And for
Jonathan
those of you who don't
Sherwood.
know, Mark from Mid-Atlantic Tools owns and operates an independent tool truck, much like myself. He does it from the southern tip of New Jersey. And he's been doing it for, 20 years?
Almost.
Almost
Couple
20?
more months
Mike-
ago.
All right.
Michael T.
So coming up
Almost
on the big
there.
anniversary, man. Congratulations.
Almost there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think the one
Azima.
AG was asking if he thought that the tool trucks were going away. Like I've seen a lot of that, people talk about the tool trucks going away. And my point on that is I don't think it's going to happen
Mark Worth.
just because of the financing part of it. There's so many guys that just can't get that enough
Diabolical
tools to
58.
start working without having the tool truck to help finance it.
Yes. Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, they can
granted,
save up all they want, but all that time they're trying to save,
that's
they're not
small
working.
engines. Brandon was first tonight. We will have to mention that. Brandon was the first person waiting for the show to start. So give a shout out to Brandon, everybody. Probably give Brandon a big thumbs up.
Good job, Brandon. Thank you.
Our
think it's one of
our second favorite New Englander, Bocce. Blankets and more. Bocce.
That's one of the ironies of the tool truck business is that one of the reasons the prices are as high as they are is because we offer financing, and we offer
We're a
financing
bank.
because the prices are high.
You're a bank.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm a bank but I use tools instead
Right.
of money.
Right.
That's all it is.
Yep. And when it's frustrating when I compare pricing and things. But did you see
Daniel
that 4th of July Milwaukee promo from ISN today?
No, I did not.
All right, Milwaukee.
Mark doesn't deal with ISN. He said,
he just went to the show.
"Shut up! You're ruining it. It's not funny if you go and you ruin the joke." Chris Chambers.
They're 2767 half-inch impact. You're bundling with a 5 amp hour battery, a bag, a charger,
Jason
and
Williams.
a protective rubber boot.
Okay.
And
Here's Lindsay, the rubber man again.
we could make a healthy margin selling it for $520.
Email?
I'll send it to you. Yeah, it was in an email.
Christian. We all know who Christian is.
Let's see.
Sounds good, Cass. Back to you. That's what Christian always says. And Christian works on cars too, by the way.
I might have not have got it.
I'll send it to you.
Apparently they don't like me.
That's not
Simeon. T. Simeon. All
Me
right.
and my bounce-
So that's
me and
all
my
the names.
bounce is
If you
too
didn't
high.
hear your name, then I likely didn't call it. So you need to sign up. Tony from HR, you're in the drawing.
I just
It's
sent it to you.
10:11. It only took me 11 minutes to get this.
That's not
all the
bad,
names in there.
actually.
11
That's not
minutes.
bad at
so
all.
now we wait. Now I'm going to
Now we
twiddle
wait
my
to see if anyone
thumbs.
says, hey.
Twiddle my thumbs for 4 minutes.
And Robert Nitz asks, at $520, what's the weekly payment? Usually what a tool truck wants to do, obviously the higher payment, the better for the tool truck guy, and the lower the payment, the better for you as the customer. So there's got to be a happy medium in there. Most tool trucks now, we're working around what we call a turn of 8 weeks. Or something like that. If you were to put a healthy down payment on it, let's say you put $100 down and you're financing a little over $400 plus tax.
Johnny Ringo. Gotcha here.
$40 to $50 a week for most tool trucks, I think would probably be acceptable. Some might want a little bit higher to get that turn number down, maybe around 8 or 10 weeks for you to get paid off. But
My
like Brian
average-
said, depends on
I
your
do
down payment.
10%.
Yeah, 10%. So, depending on the state you live in, what the tax is, you put down you put down a healthy amount and work out the payments with the guy. It
Yep.
should be, I think, I'd guess right around 50 a week.
I do.
most
How I've been doing is I do 10%, and the longer you've been with me, the cheaper your payments can be. Because the longer you've been with me, I trust you more.
Of course.
So if I trust you more, you can get away with a higher balance and lower payments.
Yep.
We know
If you just walked on my truck, I don't trust you too much
Right. Of course.
because I don't know who you are.
Yeah, whenever the tool guys first start bouncing around, I usually just pay them all in full. And then as I get to know them, then I really lean on them like, hey, I'm not really going to pay you anytime soon. So, I'm kidding. I pay for all my stuff up front. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
And when you do that, you get a better deal.
So my
Because I don't have to finance you.
my Mac guy Kyle, that's a mouthful right there. My Mac guy Kyle, he likes to show something on the books. He doesn't like them being paid off all the time. He likes his weekly collections to be there, so the Mac people will stop harping on him. So he was like, hey, can we spread this out over a few weeks? I'm like, I guess.
Yeah, and different guys want to do it differently. It pays. That's why that relationship is so important, and that's one of the benefits of the tool truck is you get to know your tool guy. Your tool guy gets to know you. I really enjoy the kind of relationships that I have with guys like Cass and customers who, let's say I got a customer, he's got a $50 a week budget. Well, that tells me how much he can afford. He knows how much he can afford, and it's a really good feeling when someone says, they run up a tab of $400, but he's $50 a week. After a few weeks, 3-4 weeks goes by, he gets knocked down a little bit, buy something else. We just keep him rolling. And he always stays, in $400 to $500, but he always pays it down to buy something else and pays it down. But it's always that $50 weekly payment. And it's a very good feeling knowing that I don't have to worry if I've got a tool for him that he ordered, say, and let's say I don't see him that week. I can just drop it off and leave it for him. Right? I don't have to have him go another week without seeing him, say, sorry, I didn't say I couldn't give it to you to get the payment, because you're getting paid, right? So it makes it very easy, and he doesn't have to skip a beat. You don't have to skip a beat. You're getting money. He knows he's getting the tools, and just keep it rolling like that. It's a great feeling.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I do that every week because I have that double route. So
yeah.
I do it all the time. I set guys up with payments constantly.
All the time, yeah.
All the time. I mean, all the time.
And most of them run on Fridays.
Yeah, Fridays and Saturdays.
Yeah, Friday's your big payday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Monday's pretty good too. Monday's good. Tuesday's good. Wednesday slows down. Thursday's really slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And East Coast can ask if the weekly payments get reported to the credit bureaus. No, they don't. In order to do that, and Brian answered that. In order to do that, we have to be licensed financial institutions, and we're not. And we would have to use industry-specific software that totals up all our customers who have open credit accounts, and we have to have at least 600 active open accounts for us to report to the credit bureaus. And that's more than I think most of us would have at any one point in time. So it's not feasible for us to do it. So it really is just between the guy on the truck and the customer. And that's another reason why costs are so much, because we're not guaranteed anything. And if somebody wants to walk away from a tool bill, they can. So we rely on honesty.
No. I put them in collections.
Do you?
Walk away from me, you're going to remember me 6 months down the road.
I've tried that. I never had a good collection agency that would.
I got a great one.
That's really good.
Well, you're from Jersey, of course.
I know.
He just got out of the waste industry. You know what I mean? Like he just got done with the garbage industry. Now he's collecting for Mark over here. Like, so I have this friend in Jersey. He says you owe him money.
Money.
It's I either need the tools and the money, or a broken leg. And
I think
the tools.
I always find it funny. Like 2 years later, somebody will call me out of the blue and say, "Why'd you put me in collections?
Why didn't you pay your bill?
Why'd you pay your bill?" Well, I didn't see you.
I got a what if.
You got my number, don't you?
I got a what if. All right, Lindsay. The time is nigh.
It is. The time is 10:15.
So we're
right.
gonna cut it off. Nobody else in. Anybody else that comes in anybody else that comes in now, you're late. You know my rule. Oh, y'all don't know my rule. So I have a rule with the kids in football. I always said, if you're on time, you're what? And they go, you're late. You know, because being on time is being late.
Since I'm on here, if you're subscribed to my page, I'll throw in an extra tool. Whoever wins again.
So
I got to send a shipment to Lindsay, so I'm here now.
Was Dad's garage and speed? Was he a subscriber of Middle Atlantic Tools? I feel like I ushered you into YouTube. You know, like whenever we would chat on Instagram, I was all like, "Man, you need to start doing YouTube. You need to start doing YouTube." I feel like I was the first viewer on YouTube of Mid Atlantic Tools. So I'm going to take that pride right now. So with that being said,
all right,
got to blow off the old stir sticker here, 9,000, and we're going to get the old toss. I'm going to make sure I don't make it rain in my garage or my living room here.
Now, once Cass comes up with a name, we're going to start the countdown timer. You got 1 minute to claim your prize by giving us the high sign that you're in the chat still. A couple of weeks ago, we had to draw 3 names to get a winner.
Yeah, we're not doing that tonight.
No.
I see a lot of people in here. All right, are y'all ready?
Here we go.
The bucket has dropped. I've got my eyes closed. I have pulled a name. We're gonna learn together who this person is. I cannot see it. It's in my hand right here. It's in my hand. I have not looked. Not Mark from Mid Atlantic Tools. I shit you not. I just drew that. All right. Get to draw another one. I did not do that on purpose. I promise. You lucky bastard. You saved yourself $12 in shipping. All right. We're drawing another name. Not Mark from. I'm telling you, we were just using them to fill in the ball spot. And I feel like an idiot. All right. I have drawn another name. I'm pulling the name out of the bucket. They're kind of stuck together right now. I'll explain to you the madness here in a second. All right. Inside this hand is the winner of week 4 of Coil Tools Summer of Giving. Don Gilliam.
60 seconds starting now.
Don Gilliam. Tell you, I don't look. I don't look, and I don't know, obviously.
Come on, Don. Just give us the high sign in the chat. Tell us you're here.
45 seconds.
45 seconds.
And he was like one of the first ones in the chat.
I know. He was ready to go. Come on, Don.
Hey, we don't hang out congratulations until they give us the thumbs up sign. And he's still not there. Don't congratulate him. He ain't showed up.
30 seconds.
Don, 30 seconds.
We're rooting for
29,
you.
28, 27.
I wonder if he's just going to be like kind of sitting there waiting and waiting.
24. Hey,
this is where he went to the bathroom.
He's in the bathroom. 15 seconds to go.
You better shake it now, Don. You better shake it now.
10 seconds.
Oh, he's not going to make it. He's not going to make it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And sorry, Don.
Oh, Don, you're one of the first in the chat. You're first to lose.
Wow. All right.
Oh. All right, here we go.
Third time's the charm, maybe.
Third time's the charm. Please don't be Mark from Mid Atlantic Tools.
Well, Mark was the first. Don was the second.
All right. I pulled the winner of tonight's giveaway here.
Well, the provisional winner. The
provisional winner. I have the name in my hand right here.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Once again, I will reveal it to the world as Brandon from BSS Small Engines.
60 seconds starting now, Brandon.
Brandon, you better answer or I'm going to be pissed.
There he is. Congratulations.
Hey, Brandon.
Well done, Brandon. Congratulations.
Brandon was the first in the chat. Congratulations to Brandon for being the first one. It pays to be a loyal watcher of the video.
So, Brandon, please email me, lindsay@coiltools.com.
And I'll throw in something extra for him.
Because
I know he's subscribed to me. So
excellent. You'll get a bonus there. So just email me your name and contact information and give me a couple of weeks to get all the bags finalized and set up, and we'll get one out to you. Congratulations.
Yep. Thank you. Congratulations, Brandon.
All right.
Congratulations to all the winners that didn't claim their prize.
Almost.
Oh, hold on. Roses are red, violets are blue. If you had been watching the show, it wouldn't suck to be you. Oh.
Lindsay could have sent me some tools to sell. That would have been great.
Well, Mark, I'm going to say, before you brag about this, you might want to see what's in the bag.
I can sell it.
There's a reason why we're giving the tools away. Have you ever thought about that? There's a reason why we're giving the tools away.
But I could sell it.
All right.
All tools have value somewhere to somebody.
Somewhere.
Yes.
As
long as
we only got one more left. This is week number 4. Can you believe that? It's gone by
next
so
week
fast.
is the final week of our Friday night tool bag giveaways. So if you haven't won, or you just want to
tool bag,
give yourself another chance, jump back in next Friday, 9:00.
Everybody has a chance to win except for Brandon, Ken, Eric, and Dads.
Yep.
Dads. I saw Dads in here. Dads.
Yeah, he's here.
Do you have a name?
He's here.
Dads, do you have a name? Do you have a name? Dad's Speed and Custom. Do you have an actual name? A given name?
Yeah, he emailed me his contact information already.
Yeah, I want him to tell us though.
Oh, okay.
That way I can go like, aha! We'll call Dad's by his given name, which would be like, it's probably Stanley. You know what I mean? Can I guess the names?
It's entirely up to him if he wants us to know. I don't know what he wants
to know. Can you give me a hot or cold? Can you give me a, like
hot or cold? How do you get colder?
Getting warm?
How do you get warmer or colder with him?
All right, we're going to start with Robert. Robert? Is it Robert? Am I close?
It's
he can't remember.
He can remember. He's just he's just holding on me right now.
No, okay, I remember now.
No, on Vision, you weren't. I'm sorry, but you got one more chance next week. What's that?
No, I remember now.
Dad. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, it's not Stanley.
It's not Stanley.
It's not Robert.
No.
It's Don. How about Mike? Or Mike? Kevin! It's Kevin.
It's Kevin.
Yes, he put it in the chat.
Hey, look, he's right. That is your name.
Kevin. We have a Kevin, a Ken, a Brandon, and an Eric. Congratulations to all the winners.
But
no bocce.
Is Dad Speed Custom? Is he in the business, or is he a DIYer?
He's a dad in charge. Yes, he's a dad in charge.
So, does he have his own business though?
No, he says no.
So he just does it at home.
I think his son's in the trades. Yeah, it's a bag full of 9mm sockets. It's close, very, very close. It's not that far off. Lindsay, would you agree or disagree?
Oh, I would agree. Yeah.
It's not 9mm sockets, but when's the last time you've seen a left-handed firewall gasket scraper?
Muffler bearing installer.
Muffler bearing installer, exactly. we can't give away too many of the prices.
Texas Twister.
Ooh. That's still a sore spot.
Hey, so hold on a second. I'm not going to give the Texas Twister away because it costs too much to ship.
I don't dislike anyone enough to give them a Texas Twister.
So here's the deal. I'm not looking to go broke on the shipping.
Or give a Texas Twister to your least delinquent customer. What'd you use for it? Because I don't like you.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say person I've ever worked with. And I go, I don't know that he's still alive, but if he is, Lindsay, can you drop it by his house at about 47 miles an hour? Can we throw it at it? Can you drive? And I'll throw it out of the back of the truck.
Swing it out the window.
Yeah. Take this, motherfucker. Wham! Look, you won.
Congratulations.
Eat shit. I had this guy be online. He'd be like, I want a Texas Twister and 40 pounds of dog shit.
Wow. In the same box. So
Look,
Kevin,
I bought the
know.
Texas Twister because it was on Uber clearance.
There's a reason it was on Uber clearance.
Because it's complete shit.
Kevin,
I would say the Gator socket is more useful than the Texas Twister.
Whoa, that's a huge insult to the Texas Twister. The reason why it doesn't work very well, Kevin, is because there's a lot of pieces to it, and some of them are like there's a long S-shaped piece, and so many pieces and fittings, and so much movement in the pieces just robs the whole thing of power. Because a lot of the power goes into like the friction between fittings and just moving stuff around, so it's not very effective at what it's supposed to do.
I'm telling you, if somebody wants to pay the shipping, I will ship it to them.
You know, it has a really neat idea. I mean, the whole thing behind it, you would think, yeah, I could use this.
Right.
And then you get it, and I've sold a couple, and the guys get it, and they're like, I'm like, so how is it? And they're like, I don't use it.
I mean, like here's the deal. Here's the deal. We may do a giveaway where we come up with the most nope, I'm good. LOL. Thanks, Kevin. we may do a giveaway where we find the best thing. Like I might throw this at whomever, maybe we load it into the parts can and we shoot it at something. How about that? Oh, we could do that. We could do a build up to it. Oh, I just gave something away. Damn it. All right. Can I go ahead and spill the beans now?
Go ahead.
There will be a video in the future which will feature the construction and the use of the proverbial parts cannon. But it will be fired. It will be fired. It will be an actual cannon. It will fire. Actual cannon will fire. But it's parts. Because we're going to do, we'll get up. But I'm going to leave everything else a secret.
Okay.
I kind of finalized everything this week. I know how I'm going to do it, why I'm going to do it, and where I'm going to do it.
That sounds intriguing.
And by the way, you're volunteer. I will need your help, by the way.
Sure.
Somebody's got to film my demise.
Well, I'd be honored. It'd be my pleasure in a strange kind of way.
Yeah.
I'd rather it be me than someone who would flinch at the wrong moment.
Oh, my God. His brains are on the floor. Oh, it's terrible. Grab his stuff. Let's go. Hopefully Robert's not there. My box will be across the shop before my heart stops beating.
Well, too many times in a video where something goes tragically wrong, whoever's holding the camera, flinches or they turn away or they, camera's pointed at the ground because they can't handle the pressure. I'm not that guy. I will capture it on
tripod.
Video. Yes, I'm good like that. I've seen it all.
Yeah. Oh, Lindsay is a certified emergency medical technician. So he could
not certified
render
any longer,
aid.
but I used to be.
Hey, stop! Look,
I've seen a lot.
You're fucking killing it whenever you go and you ruin it by giving actual facts along with the made up facts.
I'll stop ruining.
You're a certified medical professional.
This guy.
Nobody needs to know that the certification ran out like 32 years ago.
Probably about 8 years ago now.
Gosh, you're ruining it.
Oh, I meant like 30 years ago.
God. We got to talk about this. We got to work on this.
Hold on a second. Home Vision knows a guy who lost a nut due to angle grinding. We need details on.
It was the left nut.
Beats.
He's all right.
He's all right.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Jonathan.
Yeah, we're gonna. So should we launch the Texas Twister out of the parts cannon?
Yes, but Tyler does plead with you to not wind up like Kentucky Ballistics. Did you see that guy's video?
He was
shooting.
I can't get any uglier. All right, I mean, like
no, he had a round explosive.
Have you seen this dome in real life? You know what I mean? Like I feel like a good scar would go along with the other good scars. You know what I mean?
It's a thing of beauty. Yes.
They'd be like, "Where'd you get that scar from?" I'm like, "Well, I was in this fight with this cannon and I lost."
All right, Mark. Brian has a question for you. He asks how you like the ISN show.
I liked it. There you go.
East Coast Ken said
Next
that's one
question,
hell of
please.
a way to get circumcised.
Next question. No, it was good. I mean, it was probably one of the better shows that I've been to in a while. I think because of the lack of shows that we've had over the last couple of years, since it was, people coming back to shows, I think they really tried to up their game by bringing stuff, displays. A lot of the booths were full with a lot of tools to show. So it was
Besides Top Don, were there any new vendors there?
No, not really. Just the same old guys. But the booths were bigger. Like the Vim booth was very large. Of course, Milwaukee's always a large booth.
Of course.
Just it seemed like most of the booths were a little bit larger than usual. And if they weren't larger, they were packed more with tools. So I think that was probably one of the biggest things that I've noticed when I was there.
Okay. I want to go back to find a question somebody had, which would be good for all of us to weigh in on.
Brian, I've never been to the new tool show. I've never been up to, what is that, up in Milwaukee or something like that, new tool. I don't deal much with them.
Sorry for the dead air, guys. I'm just looking for this question somebody had that I thought was really good, and I neglected to
What was it about?
Somebody was asking, if I can recall right, the difference, or if we know of any differences between. Dang it, I can't find it. Somebody asked if we had any opinions on differences between the DeWalt FlexVolt system and the M18 Milwaukee tools.
I didn't have the DeWalt for long enough to give my opinion. I was at 3 different battery platforms, technically 5 at the time. So I decided I wanted to downsize and get into just 2 lines with 4 different batteries. So obviously I'm talking about the Snap-on 14.4 and the 20 volt or whatever, M18, whatever it is. And then the Milwaukee M18 and M12 lines. So I had to choose it down. I do like the DeWalt stuff. I don't hate it. I like the fact that you can get it from, Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever, Ace or whatever you got, but you can do the same with Milwaukee in a pinch. So I just went with what I had more of. So at 86, the DeWalt. Lindsay was kind enough to sell it for me.
Yes.
And it sold. Most of it sold right away. Some of it took a little bit longer.
You got a set of screwdrivers that won't sell for love nor money.
That's all right. We may have to give those away in the. We may have to
I mean,
throw those in the. Oh, I know what we're going to put in one of the grab bags.
What?
You can't say. Don't say anything. I'll tell you off air.
All right.
Somebody's going to be really happy, and then they're not. It won't be a Texas Twister. It weighs too much. You don't understand how much that thing weighs.
Oh.
It is not light, and it's not small.
Mark, have you sold any of the FlexVolt stuff?
No,
He only sells Milwaukee.
I just sell Milwaukee.
Yeah.
It's,
That's why when people ask me, how does this compare to that? I don't know. I can't tell you that.
Hey, everybody,
I can
look,
tell
it's Joey Preciado.
I can tell
Hello,
you
Joey.
what this tool does, and that's about it. Nobody's
Joey,
throwing one back at me, so I consider it a good tool.
Okay.
Joey, when are you moving to Texas?
Yeah, I have also never sold a FlexVolt. That's not true. Oh, it was a long time ago. I sold a FlexVolt tool, but only one.
New or used?
It was new, but it's really hard for people to buy into so many different cordless tool lines. And if they're going to make a switch, my experiences has shown me that they're going to switch to Milwaukee if they're already into something else.
Yeah.
Sounds like when I was at the IR booth, the guys were, they were telling me about their cordless and stuff. And I told them they have a great cordless. They have a really good cordless tool. But I don't know how you're going to compete with you. You came to the game, a week too late.
Yep. And it would be one thing if that field was wide open, but that playing field shrank pretty quick.
Real quick.
I mean, it's tough to get yourself in there. I mean, you might get a few sales, but I can't imagine that a company like Ingersoll is going to sell so many cordless tools that it's going to be worth their while. I don't know. I mean,
I don't understand, like these air tool companies. They had to see it coming.
You'd have to, right?
But they didn't do nothing about it. And meanwhile, Milwaukee was just taking off with it.
Yeah.
And they should have said, okay, wait a minute. Yeah, or were they in denial? I don't know.
I don't know. You got to wonder. But I think one of the hallmarks of large companies is that they're not very nimble. They can't change very quickly. And that has been the demise. I'll just give you, relating to my previous career in technology. I used to read a lot of books about other companies and the problems that they had. I read a really good book about Apple Computer. I read a really good one about Intel. And Intel, this is one of my first lessons in this whole idea, is that the name of the book was Only the Paranoid Survive. And it was being reference to, you need to be so worried about what your competition is doing that you're in touch with it. And you're ready, willing, and able to change on a dime to accommodate a new business landscape. Back in the 80s, Intel mostly made memory chips. They didn't make processing chips like they do today. No one knew Intel for processors back in the early 80s. They all knew them for memories. Well, all of a sudden, out of the Asian market start coming memory chips. And they're better and cheaper and higher capacity than the ones Intel were making. And the people who knew this in Intel were the salespeople and the engineers, because they're the ones that are on the front lines of business, not the management. They don't know. Even if you're one step removed from the front line of the business, you know a lot less than you think. And the higher up you are in an organization, the less you know what one goes on. But don't tell an executive that. They'll never want to believe that, but it's true. I made the mistake telling my boss that one day, and he got mad at me. I'm like, it's true, dude. I'm like, you can think that you're in touch all you want, but you're not. Like, you're not in on the conversations that happen in a lunchroom. You're not in. When one guy pops into another guy's cubicle, you don't know what they're saying. Right? You're not sharing that information with them because you're one step removed. And it's not bad. It's not a reflection of you as a manager. It's just the way it is. So when the engineers and the salespeople at Intel realized that they were getting their ass kicked by these Japanese memory manufacturers, they had to have a real heart-to-heart among themselves. So they brought in senior management. They said, what do we do? How do we get better at this? How do we make them for cheaper, faster? And one of the guys, I think it was the CFO, said, you're thinking about it wrong. They said, we got to get out of the business entirely and get in a different product. And they're like, how do we, what? And a big company, that's an insane suggestion if you're a big company. Imagine telling Apple, you got to get out of the iPhone business and find something else. Right? Yeah. I mean, it's a crazy thought. But they realized, no, we had to do that. And they did. And because they did that, they survived and thrived, as a matter of fact. So when you're a company like Ingersoll, which is a big company, you may see something happening. But the people are going to see it first are the sales guys, like, man, why can't we sell these tools anymore? Oh, because we see the customers are buying these instead. They may learn that, but there isn't a good mechanism to get that information to people in an organization who can make a change.
Who can make the change.
That's just the way it is. Milwaukee somehow does it differently. I don't know what they do. I don't know what their internal structure is like, but clearly they're doing something right because they do know how to change quickly. They did see this coming, and they jumped all over it to their benefit.
Yeah. And now they're making sockets and wrenches and
I know. Yeah. I just sold I think it was a 3/4 drive impact socket set. Oh, and I got, show you this.
Early release. Here we go.
Here we go.
I know you guys are getting a Tools in the Hall preview. 106 piece socket and ratchet set in a pack out form factor from Milwaukee. I mean, these guys just keep knocking it out of the park. And the on truck price, and I say that because that's the most expensive price you're going to find, is about $400 for 106 pieces.
Yeah.
The average cost of $4 a piece for sockets and ratchets. I mean, and it's in a pack out case. So it goes with the rest of your pack out stuff if you've already bought into that system. And if you haven't, it's in a really nice carrying case anyway. So, for the average of less than $4 a piece in that kit, that's a very good deal, I thought. All right. Somebody asked, Jonathan, thank you. Yes, Robert, I did see your question. I apologize for skipping over it. Do I have any version of the Swedish pipe wrench? Yes, Nippex makes a version of that, and that's the one I saw. Mark, do you have the same ones?
Same one. Who knows? They probably make it for everybody.
Probably. They might.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Yeah. But I don't know how many people. I've never seen them that widely used, so I don't know who the biggest market is for those. I don't know.
The Swedish. The alignment guys are the only ones that really grab them.
Okay. Let's see if we got to get caught up in chat stuff. Yeah, and Dad says that Ingersoll focused their cordless sales toward manufacturing, and that might be their best play because it's not in the automotive market.
Yeah, it kind of like spilled into our market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, East Coast, Ken, congratulations, man. After careful consideration and debate, switch from Cobalt to Milwaukee. You wanted to go to DeWalt, but there were a few reasons why I didn't. I think it's a good decision, personally. You can't beat the warranties. They're available everywhere.
Yeah. They're easy to warranty.
So easy. They have the best process.
As long as that serial number on the side of the tool is in good shape, the warranty is always there.
Well, even if it's not, there's a way around that.
Okay.
We all have our methods.
Yes.
Okay. And in fact, Brian, I want to go back to something Brian Stewart said about warranties. It's way back here.
Is it what Tommy Boy said about warranties?
No, it was not.
Oh, okay.
Oh, shucks, where'd he go? Oh,
well,
yeah.
Kevin just said he likes his 14.4 volt snappy. I have a lot of guys that like their snap-on stuff,
especially the 14.4 platform.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of them, but I also like my Milwaukee stuff too. So
sure.
I have different applications for different tools.
Yes.
Yeah, and what Brian says, for 1-year warranty items, he looks to see you recently bought one and warranties it. I mean, we've all done it, right? I mean, you don't want to leave a guy out to dry his 13th month and a 12-month warranty, right? I think that I would rather do what Brian does than not.
No, we don't do that. That would be wrong.
That would be so wrong.
We wouldn't do that. You don't do that. No tool guy does that.
We never do that.
Never. We don't talk about that.
Oh, we all just said the quiet part out loud.
Great. Somebody from Milwaukee's watching this.
Oh, we should be
send your number to Lindsay. I'll give you a call. We'll talk.
I just want to be clear. I don't do that.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin's got the long head 1/4 inch as a go-to. Those are great.
Now, is that his 14.4 or is that his snappy? Because he's the one that likes his 14.4 volt.
Yeah.
And that would be 14.4, wouldn't it, in snap-on? Yeah. Now, when they first came out, they were really nice compared to Milwaukee because they were smaller.
That's
Their
right.
heads are smaller.
No one had a better one on the market. They were it.
That was like Snap-on's 3/8 air ratchet they used to have. That if you didn't have both hands on it, it would break your knuckles when it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't been as interested in a tool that's been announced as I am in the pass-through Milwaukee ratchet now. I pre-ordered a couple already. I don't know when they're going to ship them. But I'm intensely interested in that.
And that's going to be a good tool for a guy who does not have any of the long extended head ratchets.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. If they already have one, then you're going to be taking trade-ins if they want to get out of it. But I doubt that will happen.
I doubt it, but I have a feeling that there's going to be a few things working in the favor of the pass-through ratchet. There's novelty value to it because nobody else has one like it. But in practical terms, the fact that it has the adapters with it, that you can use it for quarter or 3/8 sockets, and it comes with a set of sockets, and it has 60 foot-pounds of torque, I think are going to be very practical reasons for people.
And it comes with the bit adapter holder too.
It does.
Which someone told me on the chat here, I think it was JWC or something, told me it definitely comes with one.
Yeah, it does. So I'm just stoked to see these.
Yeah.
And Brian's been knocking out of the park with Milwaukee stuff. He sold 10 quarter and 3/8 high-speed long-reach ratchets. Man, it's been a good week. Good for you, man. It's a game changer. Milwaukee. See, and a company like Mako now, they distribute Milwaukee. You tell me, Brian, has it been a game changer for you to be able to get that line on the truck now? Yeah, and Dad says that the 14.4 snappies are pretty good. Ingersolls are impressive, but they're expensive. They are. In fact, Cass just did a video a couple weeks ago with his Snap-on guy showing off their new dark titanium 14.4 set. It was over $1,000 for the set.
Now, Brian, you said he sold 10 of them. Now, did you get them through Mako or did you buy them somewhere else? Not that you would do that because that would be wrong.
We never advocate for you to do something,
never to buy on the outside. No, not if you're a flag. You can't buy on the outside. That's wrong.
You mean to tell me you guys would stretch around the rules?
No.
No.
No. Oh, okay. I'm glad that y'all. Man, I would.
Yeah, I've never done business with them. Have you, Mark?
Yeah, I never bought from New Tool. They call me all the time, but I don't buy from them because their prices are usually higher than what I can get from other guys.
Yeah.
Probably because I don't buy enough from them. So
well, what I noticed too is what matters a lot to me is the ease of ordering, and ISN has. They make it very easy for me because I can use my purchase order system in my software. And after I'm done populating a purchase order, I just click the email button and emails it directly to my account rep. Then he gets the email and processes it from there. So it's very low touch for me. Medco, I can't do that with. I have to order online from them, and then I can go populate a purchase order after the fact. But it just takes longer. So my quickest, most preferred method is to do it through ISN because
ISN, yeah.
Tyler, it's speed wrench. It's 2 words, and you got to do some looking to find it. And if I was smart enough, I'd know how to put it in the chat, but I'm not. So.
East Coast Ken can put it in the chat. He knows how to do it.
You got to make him a moderator, though, I think.
Do we? Isn't he?
I don't know. He doesn't have a blue wrench next to him. I don't know if anybody's moderators.
I think they are. Some people should be. Hold on. We're doing some things here.
We're doing some things.
Diabolical can do it. Brian can do it.
You can do it.
You can do it.
And I think the next two. Then what's the next tool show? Is Medco, right? Yeah, it's Medco.
I think so. I've never been to theirs though.
It's
Where's
either
Medco
Medco
still?
or I think it's Medco. It might be Mobile Tool Network. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah.
They're having one. Actually, it's close
If
to
they're
you.
close,
Too.
we can go crash it. Do they have free beer? We can go crash it.
Oh, it's just free beer. Yeah.
I mean, as long as it's not Bud Light, we're good to go.
You would drink it. You know you would.
No, not Bud Light.
This month you have
Okay.
to, isn't it?
Not for me.
Well, Lindsay
Oh.
has that bandana on. I just figured.
I got the Bud Light bandana going.
September is
Yeah.
Mobile Tool Network.
Where is that at? In Mississippi?
I think so. Where
And
is
Mississippi's kind of a drive for me. No, I mean, not too far. But it's probably
I think it's
7
Mississippi.
hours.
I think. I'm not 100% sure. And then Medco's in North Carolina
When is that?
or in Charlotte. October.
What part of October?
The 12th. Actually, it'd be the 13th, 14th, and 15th.
Yeah. I'm gonna be in Virginia around that time, but I don't know that I'll be there that early. Otherwise, I'd stop by and give them the finger for Lindsay.
That'd be awesome. Brian, Kevin has a question for you. How does the competition between Infineon and Milwaukee? That's an interesting question. So the Infinium line for Mako has been their cordless line for years. And now that they've introduced Milwaukee onto the trucks, it'd be interesting to know side by side what they're like. And while Brian's come up with an answer, he's asked Mark, how's the grip edge been selling for you?
Very good.
Good.
Yeah, it's a good seller. You know, the extractor, the bolt for the rounded off bolts, it's almost the same as the grip bolt biters by Gear Wrench.
Okay.
So bolt biters are a lot cheaper, but then, you know, they also have that feature where it has the pusher in the grip edge to push out so a lot of guys like that feature, so they don't mind spending the extra money for it. So I just set them both on the truck and let them decide what they want.
And if people look at them side by side, do they tend to go for one over the other?
Not really.
Okay.
It boils down to dollars most of the time. If the guy can afford it, he'll go with the one with the little pusher.
Okay.
Or if they like green.
Well, yeah, of course.
Because it's got a green stripe on it, so they'll buy it
Yep.
because it has green.
Jude.
Yeah.
Hey, Brandon Modern's up here. How's it going, Brandon? Good to see you. And Brian says he likes the new Infinium stuff.
Is it still 1 year warranty? Infinium? Or is it 2? And I know to get them fixed, they were usually on the higher side. 2 years now.
Well, that's good. They can do a 2-year on them. And Brandon from BS Small Engines, if you're still on, I have yet to receive your email.
He said you
I
need to check your spam folder.
I am looking at my spam folder right now. It's not in there.
All right,
So
hold on.
if you wouldn't mind sending it again, just to be sure.
Well, the gear wrench pass. We'll go back. We'll go up one question there, Lindsay. Well, the gear. First off, the gear wrench. What's the advantage over the gear wrench pass through? Well, the gear wrench pass through it's just the sockets. There's no adapter. Well, it's not cordless. It's hand. I mean, it's the same. It's the same type of tool.
It is. I think, like, like any manual ratchet versus a powered one, it's really just the power and the speed. And if you're looking to gain some speed and efficiency, you would look at getting something like a battery version of that. Especially if it's strong enough. If I don't know how close it's actually going to get to their 60 foot-pound rating, but it's going to be stronger than the 35 and 40 foot-pound ones that they have now by a factor of like 30%. So it's going to be significantly stronger. So if you can use it to break stuff loose easier than run stuff on and off with it, it's going to be a big time saver. And that can be worth a lot of money to guys who are working a commission or flagging hours. Oh, this is interesting, but Brian says that they were talking about Expo about making the warranty longer than 2 years. It's one of the best competitive advantages that Milwaukee has is the length of their warranties. And then you couple that with the ease with which you can get warranty service from them. It's one of the things I regularly tout to customers when they're asking about comparative differences between different brands.
Ryobi, I believe, is it Ryobi? Don't they have a lifetime or something like that?
They have I think it's Ryobi or Rigid.
Rigid?
Is it Rigid that
One of
does?
them.
I think it's Rigid, which is the Home Depot house brand. And I don't know all the details of it. It might be a service warranty that they have. They're not going to swap them after a certain period of time, but so you have to send it in and wait however long it takes them to fix or replace it and send it back. Yeah,
and that's another thing with Milwaukee. What is it? It usually takes about a week.
They promise, I think, 10 days, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Then Brandon says Metabo HTP has a lifetime warranty. That's interesting.
Okay. And Dad just said, but you got to register to. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you just bought it and used it and didn't register it, then you don't have it. Okay.
And Brian said, yeah, they did it. They did the 2 years on the Infinium to be more competitive with Milwaukee. No doubt. I'd be surprised if we did not see more brands moving that direction with extending the warranties. And I'm sure it's going to affect the pricing too. But
I believe pretty soon that the Infinity will be that brand will be gone. Mako will drop that sooner or later. They say they're not going to, but I think they will.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me to see it that way. I don't know that it makes financial or economic sense to keep both lines in your lineup, especially. I don't know, obviously what their costs are to maintain both lines, but I'm guessing they're buying from pretty good pricing from Milwaukee because they're a fairly large distributor. So I'm guessing they're getting some good pricing there. And he says he took 3 Infinium tools in for repair. They took about 3 weeks. Okay. And JWC Tech has a good point about the pass-throughs. That's a good advantage for young techs. You can buy one tool, has good torque, does everything, pass-through regular fasteners, sockets, long studs, different bit sizes. I mean, it's an excellent point. It's much more versatile that way.
Yeah, if you don't already have an extended reach, that's the one to buy.
I agree with you there, yeah.
Yeah, it's the one to buy.
Then Eric asked what sockets are included. I think it runs. Let me look it up. I got it here.
10 through 19.
Is it 10 or 8?
And then whatever the SAE one are.
Let me see here. I'm trying to find the email. All right, it comes with 8 through 22. Yep, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, no 20 or 21, which isn't a surprise, but 8 through 22. And it comes with a 3/8 adapter, a quarter adapter, and one other adapter.
Eric, I don't know if that's the right price or not because you just said it seems cheap, but I don't know what the prices are.
Well, let me look here.
Does tool only come with the sockets?
The tool only does come with the
Oh, the
sockets.
sockets, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Then it's not necessarily tool only.
Tools
Tools.
with an
Oh,
S.
it comes with, that's right. It comes with a quarter drive hex adapter, a quarter drive square adapter, a 3/8 square adapter, and then 8 through 21 millimeter sockets. So you can use it as a bit driver, use your regular sockets you already own, or use the pass-through sockets that it comes with. And $299 seems a little low to me.
That might be the online price.
Maybe, but you'd have to, if you can find that for $299, buy it, because that's way less than what the dealer cost is, and even the jobber price that Milwaukee has is expensive. Their list price is insane. If you can find that, it's the Insider Extended Reach Box Ratchet is what they're calling it. If you can find that for $299, get it. Well, that was the kit too. Let me see what the. Yeah, even the bare tool price, that's a good price if you can find it. But with all the adapters that it has and the sockets, and the fact that you can still keep and use your existing sockets, it's a very versatile tool.
Yeah, that would. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not available yet, Brian. I don't have a release date on it, but I pre-ordered them through ISN.
And Brian, what Matt is selling is that's an online price. That's probably what he's selling it for then.
I would guess. I mean,
it's an online price. You'll see
Yeah.
you'll see prices like that from Matt. You'll see it from Nick. You know, they'll get prices and they'll do an online thing, paid in full, and you get your tool.
yeah, and this is the kind of thing where, if if you wanted to, even I would do it for $299 if somebody wanted to pay for it right now. I've done that before. Sure, yeah, you pay for it, and it doesn't have to. It doesn't cost me anything but my price of the tool. Yes, I'll do that.
Yeah.
But not if you're gonna, finance it on the truck and
No.
I got to drive it all over to you and burn the fuel and spend the time and all the rest of it. Yeah, then you're paying truck prices. But yeah, I think that something like that, sure.
That's the very there's a lot of guys right away. You see a lot of videos about guys talking about tool trucks are ripoffs, blah blah blah. But no one ever says, "Well, I want to pay for it in full."
Ahem.
And most people don't.
Most people don't.
Or you know what? Save yourself the cost of fuel. I'll come pick it up from you. I mean, I knew a guy. I knew a guy who used to like to tell guys, "Tell you what, I'll sell this to you at the Home Depot price." Oh, they will? Yes, but the same terms and conditions.
Same terms and conditions.
I will drop it off at a Home Depot. You go there to pick it up. You pay for it all at once, and don't expect the warranty service of me coming to pick it up from you, and I don't see you anymore. Goodbye. That's the deal I'll make you. And people want the tool truck service without paying the tool truck price. Sorry, you have to pay for it to get it.
Yeah.
And then, in fact, when I was talking to the porter at Casa Shop about that, that's the one thing I tried to emphasize was, there's a reason why tool truck prices are what they are. Yes, you can buy everything on my truck somewhere else for less money. I
Yep.
said, but the idea is I am giving you a level of service you cannot get anywhere else. And if that's my promise to you as a customer. If that's worth something, great. And if it's not, I understand. And you are welcome
No
to.
feelings.
I don't
Nobody.
begrudge anyone for spending their money wherever they want.
Yep. Yeah, but that's one thing I've always seen about the tool trucks and the pricing is, but they don't, just like you said, they want the service, but they don't want to make the payment.
Right.
And if I happen to be in the shop at the time that I'm there, I'll give you the same price. It's still going to pay in full.
Right.
I'm not going to make a special trip.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And Brandon says that you got to take care of your tool truck, guys. Support small business. And that's something that means a lot to some people, where they know that if they're dealing with you and you're the tool truck owner, you own the business. You're the guy. Like, there's no one else, right? If it's not me coming to see you, no one else in my truck is going to be there. So we get to know each other at a personal level. We get to do business on a personal level, and that matters to some people, and they're willing to pay more for that. And I really appreciate those folks that care enough to want to support me as a businessman. That means a lot.
And Brian, that's not a true statement. It's not always cheaper on Amazon.
It's rare that it's not, but yeah,
It's rare that it's not, but it's not always. Not always. But then I don't have a large penis rocket to finance.
Tyler's concerned about Cass.
I'm winding down. That's all I can say. My day started many hours ago.
Oh yeah, and you've had a full day.
Yes.
I know. Tell me, I had a rough day. I had to spend 2 hours at the vet with the dog.
Now you're wearing its diaper.
Now I'm wearing her bandana. That's her dog medication is now seeping into my brain.
Coursing into your skull.
It is. I feel.
Now, Lindsay, is that something you do? Brian, he says he does a lot of giveaways to customers.
I don't do much in the way of giveaways or raffles.
You do. You don't, do you?
Not really. No, because Cass actually spearheaded this whole YouTube giveaway that we're doing now is the reason we're doing it. I just don't. My brain doesn't work like that a lot. But even then, it's not like well, again, guys will tell me things like, "Well, Snap-on does giveaways." Fine. If you want to pay Snap-on prices for my tools, I could afford to do it. But I can't. And I tell people that all the time. You're welcome to pay the Snap-on price for anything I have in the truck, and I'll give you free stuff with it. And then they okay. Then they understand, right? Because all that stuff factors in and it matters. Now I don't know what Snap-on's margins are for the dealers.
they're probably about the same.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Yeah, they probably spend end user pricing. The dealers probably buy it at end user price, just like all the other tool trucks, all the other franchises.
I'm guessing so, but they do so much in the way of sales to Snap-on credit with toolboxes and scanners and bigger ticket items that those guys make more money than we do because they're getting a lot of revenue at once for those sales because their credit company is going to pay them at least the majority, the percentage of what that sale was. So, so I'm sure they make more money than we do. I'm sure that they're, even if their margins aren't higher, they're getting more money quicker because they have such an attractive credit program and they sell way more big ticket items. So, yeah, it's just the economics of it. It's a little bit different. Well, this is interesting. The JWC Tech says he has 3 Amazon accounts. He could look up one item on each account and see 3 different prices. I wonder why. That's interesting.
That's
Huh.
I never heard of that.
I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah. Do you buy one? Do you buy more off of one than the others? And the one that you buy the most of, is that the cheapest one?
That's a good question.
Okay, so he says yes, not always.
Huh.
So the one that you buy most off of is the cheapest one, but not all the time.
That's very. I didn't know that.
Well, doesn't Amazon basically what they do is they scan the internet for the lowest pricing, and then they try to lower it even more. Isn't that how it works on certain items? Like when they go to sell it, if they find it somewhere else, and they just drop it lower, so they are the lowest.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
race to the bottom.
Hmm.
But then again, when you're doing so much, it's like having a lost leader, hoping
Yeah.
guys will buy more other places, more stuff.
Yeah, and dealing with lost leaders can be tricky. But I guess it's easier to do in higher volume sales. For my loss leader is my service. Like if you want me to handle something from another brand, I can usually cover their warranties and do the legwork it takes to do that. That's what I tell people too. I said I can offer that where I know other tool trucks won't. I said so, give me some other brand of something. If you need a warranty taken care of, let me get to work on it for you. That's my loss leader. Then Brandon Modern says, where I buy my pew-pews, they always ask about my dad and his Colt he got from them. And all his pew-pews come from there. He doesn't shop around because they've earned the business. That's a great success story for both you and them. If they've done the work and they cared to get that relationship going with you, hopefully that means something to you. And I think it does to most people. That they feel a connection there and they want to keep the business with you or with them or whoever you want to do it with because of that relationship. That's so much of what business is about. And then Sergio says that Granger's like that with the different pricing, depending on which account I'm logged into. I didn't realize Granger would do that. Wow.
Yeah, I never had more than one account usually, so I never really checked it. I never really thought about it.
I hadn't either. Bocce, yes, I just got it. Thank you. So we're good on the second one. Yeah, and then Dad says that Home Depot constantly checks and adjusts. I'm sure Amazon does the same. It's got to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then Ken has just real good advice for anyone out there.
Really good.
He has 3 accounts on Pornhub.
And on that note, that we could probably end the whole thing right now.
And good night. I got some surfing to do.
Gotta go.
Yeah. And Brian says he got three pricing tiers on his truck. I did that very successfully with some. I got a bunch of Milwaukee stuff on promo a while ago, and I priced it all out. Then I decided, why don't I do kind of like a tiered pricing thing and see what works well? And I had 3 prices for every item. The one was pay now price. The other is pay half now, put the rest in your account, or put it all in your account. And I think there was a really good mix of people that would choose one of those 3. And I sold, a whole shelf of Milwaukee stuff in a week, and just had a great time of it. It was one of the better ideas I ever had, I think.
Yeah. I kind of do that with the grip edge. I've been doing that with.
Okay, yeah.
You buy one grip edge item, it's one. You buy two of them, I'll give you a percentage off. You buy three, I give you more percentage off.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the paid in full or anything. I still took the payments. It's just it went lower. That's all.
Yeah.
But
Kevin, this is very interesting that you say this, that Grainger is 3 times over any tool truck price. I had thought for a long time that Grainger was dirt cheap, although I never really shopped them. They're a big company. They sell a tremendous amount of stuff. But as I looked more into their pricing, I thought that they were very expensive. And in fact, there's 2 products they have that are more expensive than my prices on them. And I won 2 bids by outbidding them. And it was very easy to do. And I still make some money on stuff with some larger customers of mine. So I was really surprised when I started digging a little bit. Notice their pricing is not what I thought it would be.
that's great, Pat. That's good.
Seems like Disney could learn a thing or two then from Pornhub. Oh, God.
I tell you what, I'd be, I'm just going to stop talking now. Just there's nothing I'm going to say right now. It's going to come out right. We're just
going that's funny.
Oh. Well, we're coming up on 11:30 here, Central Time, which means it's even later for you, Mark.
Yep, 12. Was it 12:20?
Well, why don't we call it for the week, and we'll do it again next week. How's that sound?
It's your last one next week, right?
plan.
Yeah. Next week is the last one.
The last one till the next one.
All right. Well, then let's wrap it up here, folks. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Congratulations to Brandon from BS Small Engines on winning this week's mystery tool bag giveaway. Give me a couple weeks, Brandon, and we'll get that shipped out to you. Just waiting for a few tools to come in that have been donated, and people are sponsoring different tools. So a couple weeks from now, we're going to ship them all out. In the meantime, please tune in next Friday at the same time. That's 9:00 Central Time for the last giveaway that we have in this series. We're doing one for every Friday of June, and next Friday is the last one. So congratulations on all the winners so far, and please tune in next week for your final chance to win. I want to thank Mark DeSashin from Mid-Atlantic Tools for joining us, and Cass Nichols from Speed Wrench, and earlier we had Jude from Power Stroke. Jude was on as well. So thanks to my guests, and thank you to everyone in the chat. It was a great conversation tonight. And tune in next week. We will do it all again then. Have a good night.